Hey, it's Kat. It's time for the purge. Let's just get on with it, I guess. So the first one I'm going to start with is Marc Jacobs. This one is the 224, the Free Spirit. I used it in a tutorial or a challenge video, I don't know. I haven't really touched it a whole lot. It just, I don't know, it's just too boring. I don't know, but I've already like tried to wipe it down and I sprayed it with alcohol and stuff. I'm probably going to either sell this or give it away. Too bad, luxury product. The next one was the Urban Decay Spectrum palette. Now this box is really cool. Like it's like 3D on top and stuff, and like you can use, like the sides are just amazing. But I don't really wear these kinds of shades, and I have another Urban Decay palette that that has similar stuff in it, so I don't ever touch this. And this one is the one that's like the jewelry box, where this comes out. As much as I love the packaging of this, I'm gonna pass because I don't touch it. It's been here forever and I just don't need it. Another one I don't really play with anymore is the Tarte. This one was part of some sort of bigger, like, I don't know, it came with like a case and like the oil and a bunch of other little things. It was like a gift set. I gave my friend the gift set and I kept the palette part of it. And although I do like these shadows, I have two of the smaller Tarte palettes and I like the shadows better in those. So I'm going to see if somebody wants this. I do have the names up here, which I don't even know if you can see. I taped the insert in because they don't have them on here and that annoys the crap out of me. But yeah, so this one is going bye-bye. Another one that's gonna go bye-bye is the Kat Von D Star Studded. I wanted to like this so much, but I just never touch it. It's just the way it's set up is just not appealing to the eye and I just never grab for it. I just don't touch this, so there's no point for me to have it anymore. It was one of those special ones you can't really get anymore, so I'm probably gonna sell this one. I also decided that the Vice 2 is gonna go as well. I wanted to keep it, but I don't touch it, and there's maybe like 3 shades I'll use in here, so I really don't see a point. My Vita Loca, I'm definitely keeping this one. It was a really cool design. And although I hate, I'm not the biggest fan of the packaging just because of how bulky it is and stuff, but it's a cool art piece, and it's got like one color of everything, so I'm gonna keep it because it's useful, and it's just pretty. But that one was definitely a winner. That was a good one from Kat Von D for sure. If you know me, you know I'm a huge Alice in Wonderland fan, so when this one came out, I just had to get it. I do like all the shades. They're all a little different, and it's not something that's normal. I'm gonna keep this one. I really like it, and I still kind of use it. But it's got a little butterfly thing in there. A little Absalom. He's neat. Keeping, I've got the, I can't remember if this was the Vice 3 or 4. I think it's 4. It's the oil slick inspired one. Keeping this one. I love the colors in here. The rose makes sense. It's just beautiful. I would use this all the time. I still grab for it occasionally. So this is just a good quality palette and I'm keeping that one. And it's beautiful too. Debating on whether or not I want to keep this one or not, the full spectrum, because it is similar to the other one. I decided these are much brighter and a better formula than the other box, so, and it's got more options, so I'm gonna keep this one because it's like a little bit of every Urban Decay shadow kind of. It's just a good all-around buy, and I think it went on sale recently, so snag one if you can still get one. This is the Vice. I think this one was the 3. I missed the first one, I got the second one. I think this is 3 and the other one was the 4th. I decided to go ahead and keep this one because there's a lot of shades in here I'll use. It was set up properly. I really like the smoke and then the natural and then the pops of color like the jewel tones and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep this one. I'm gonna keep my Z palette of Makeup Geek shadows because I picked these out and they're really nice and I use them all the time. So yeah, keeping that one dull. And then I am definitely keeping the Lorac Pro Mega. It is one of those that was really hard to get a hold of. They are kind of sheer, but this is also a great one for jobs. I do like this palette. I do want to see if I grab it more. If not, I'll probably declutter it next round. But yeah, the original Pro. If I can can see them, I'll use them. So I need to arrange these so I can kind of see what I have. But it's quite a bit of a declutter for big palettes. Just to do a quick review, Jacob's is gone, the Spectrum one's gone, the Tarte one is gone, the Vice 2 is gone, and the Star-Studded is going to be really hard to part with, but it'll be worth it. Okay, this drawer's kind of a mess right now. There's a lot in here, and there's probably a lot in here I'm going to keep because some of the stuff you can't get anymore. Okay, so I got these from, I think, Hannah for Christmas, and they were part of the Too Faced set, so I do want to keep some of these for sure. Let me see which ones I want to keep though, because I don't know if I'll keep them all. So we've got gingerbread cookie, eggnog latte, and peppermint mocha. I don't think I'm going to use peppermint mocha. You know what? I think I'm going to pass this one because I'm not going to use it. I'm going to give this to a friend. Maybe Hannah wants it, actually. I hope she's not mad, but I'm going to keep the others. I really need to get rid of some of this stuff. I don't use it. I am keeping eggnog latte because I think these colors are pretty gorgeous, and that green, I live for that green. And I actually like the blush in here. So eggnog latte, I am going to keep this one. I do like this. And I think I'm going to keep this one too. I don't know. This bronzer though is a little dark. I haven't played with it yet. But this is a good little smoky palette. So I'm going to keep that one too. I like these two. Yeah. I guess we'll just kind of dive in. Wait, let's do these two. The Tartelette in Bloom. I'm going to keep that one. I like that one a lot. And the first Tartelette, I'm going to keep that one. I like that one a lot too. So these are the two tarts that I am keeping because I do love these. These are great. This one's the iArt Artist Palette. This one's a tongue twister. This one's from Laura Mercier. Oh, I can't even get it open. It's a pain in the ass. Okay. Anyway, the shadows in here are actually really pretty. So I'm keeping these. I use it every once in a while. Yeah, that one's pretty. I don't know if you can make that out. It's got like a design kind of going. But anyway, keeping that one. This one is the Narcissist palette. This is probably my first NARS palette that I've ever bought, and it's not honestly that old. I thought that I liked the packaging when I got it. I hate it now because it gets so dirty and it's gross looking. But I think I'm gonna pass on this one. I got this to try out the NARS shadows, and I don't really care for this formula in here. They're very dry and hard to work with and patchy. So unfortunately, this is gonna go, which is unfortunate because this is a super expensive, you know, super quality. It's supposed to be a nice quality palette, but it just fell flat. So bye, Narcissist, which is really sad. I like some of their other stuff, but this eyeshadow palette was not so great for me anyway. I got this one from Beautylish. This is Natasha Denona Shadows. Eyeshadow palette 5, palette number 4, whatever the hell that means, which is confusing, Natasha. It is very confusing. Anyway, these are all kind of shimmery and kind of gorgeous, and I think I'm going to hang on to them because they make great highlighters too. So this was a win in my book, I think. Thank you, Beautylish. That was the lucky bag win. This is super old. This is actually my grandmother's. So this is an eyeshadow that's probably older than I am. I'm going to keep it, even though they're probably bad, but they're very interesting pink colors. But yeah, this is got some sentimental value, so I'm going to keep it. It's Victoria Jackson Cosmetics. This one is a custom palette for Lunatic Cosmetic Labs, and I really like this one. I reach for it occasionally. I originally got it because red shadows were really hard to get a hold of, so these are all kind of red toned in a way. Keeping because this is just a really nice palette. Okay, I also got this one in a Beautylish Lucky Bag, which if you ever get a chance, those are great. They're usually right at the end of the year, beginning of the year. These are really buttery shadows. They're pretty great. I haven't had a chance to play with it a lot. I want to try it out a little more, hence the decluttering, so I can get around to some of this stuff. But this is by Altier Paris. I don't know if I said that right. Yeah, anyway. It's the Burnt Umber shadows, but they're really pretty. Alright, we're getting into Marc Jacobs. Some of these I'm going to keep, some of these I'm probably not going to keep. I think I need to get them all out, though. I don't think I'm going to keep this one. This is the purple. It's the Tease Purples are very flattering on me, but I don't think I like these very much. I think Hannah would really like this, so I might gift this to her. This would probably be a neat one. These were really expensive too, so it sucks that they're not like my favorite, but I mean, they're nice. I don't grab them because they're in these cases and so I don't see them. But yeah, the Lolita I really like. This one I am keeping for sure. It's a nice neutral palette. Oh my god. These are really nice. They are a little bit hard to work with too. Oh, looks like that one's getting hard pan. But yeah, anyway, I like this one. Lolita was a good one. I'm keeping this one. This one is a limited edition one, and it's got a little bit of everything. I don't use it very often, but it's nice to have some options. I do reach for it if I'm doing a certain color look, and this one reminds me a lot of one from Sugar Pill, Subterranean, I think. But yeah, they're interesting and they're different, so I'm going to keep this one. Might declutter it next time if I don't use it, but you know, whatever. This is the Siren. Yeah, 210 the Siren. This is the Enigma. This is kind of like a smoky rose. I want to love this, but I don't. I don't use this. I think it's gonna go. It's too bad. I think the name caught me more than anything. So yeah, that's not a reason to keep a palette though. Oh my god, this fucking palette. Okay, I wanted this so bad. Creme de Couture, however you want to say it, by Sigma. This one was a hot item and it was really hard to get a hold of for some people. They're all really pretty pastel colors and I've used it a little bit, but I have a really big issue with this one. These shadows only last about an hour on the eyes. Literally a freaking hour. You can use whatever primer you want. These are going to wear off. So I don't even see a point in using it anymore because they don't last. It was super disappointing. I'm so sad. I haven't bought another Sigma eyeshadow yet because I was afraid that they would be the same formula. So maybe one day I'll try some new Sigma ones, but these were so disappointing. It broke me. I like their brushes, but I can't do their shadows yet. The Tarte. I still reach for this one. I do think this is a good travel palette. I hate the insert. I think they stopped doing that and started actually putting them on the palette, but yeah. This one's one of the older ones. I still like this. The blush is amazing. The highlighter and the contour are decent. The shadows are great. This is good for traveling and you don't want to take too much. It's got everything for you in there. So I will say that it's hard to get a brush in these two, and this one's starting to do that hard pan thing, but I mean, yeah, it's still really good. So keeping. And this was the Rainforest After Dark. Back here I've got the Urban Decay Electric. I still use this. I don't do a whole lot of super insane colors right now as of late, just haven't been inspired, but I'm keeping this because it's the brightest of the bright. I have to. Okay, we've got the Sauce Box Pro Palette. I think this is the Creme de la Creme, which I actually really like this one. I don't use a lot of shimmer, but it's great for jobs if I need it. This is one of my older ones, so it's kind of been worn. I wrote the names, I think they're the names, up on the top because this one did not have the names on them. So, the cardboard gets messy on some of this stuff, but this is a really good palette and I like their products. They give you a ton of product too to work with, so. Unfortunately, I do have the Venus palette. I was suckered into Lime Crime whenever that was really big. They are pretty shadows. I don't wear it a lot. They are pretty. I'm probably going to keep it because they are decent colors and stuff. I don't tend to wear it a lot because I don't know how safe these are, honestly. So this is something that's just my personal collection. I hate how big this box is though. Not a fan of that, but I'm gonna keep this. These are so old. This is when I was probably starting to get into makeup. These are the Beautifully Disney from Disney World. I had to hunt these things down. Like, we went in, had to get a different one because half of them were broken. But yeah, I have I think it was the Villains, Midnight Hour, and Enchanted Kiss. Midnight Hour, I don't use colors like this, really, like the blues and darks anymore. So I'm probably gonna pass this one. I don't even think I've really touched it. I think I've made one video out of it a long time ago when I first started YouTube. So Midnight Hour is gonna go. If anybody even wants this nasty thing, I don't know. The pans look untouched, but the cardboard looks like shit. So I don't know. Beautifully Disney. This one, the Enchanted Kiss, I used the shit out of this. This was actually really pretty, and it's actually a good travel palette because this makes a decent blush too. I think I'm gonna hang on to it for a little longer. Maybe just a little longer on this one. Alright, this was not an original. This one was they put it out again, and I nabbed it when they did it that time. So this is the Kat Von D Ladybird. and my friend was telling me how great it was and how much she loved it, and I think I dipped into it maybe once. The shadows in here are pretty, but I just don't touch this palette. I don't think I ever will. I have so many shadows like these, so I mean, I want to keep it because it's gorgeous, but I really don't think I'm going to use it, so I think it's time for it to go, which is unfortunate. It's a gorgeous palette, but yeah, I'm not going to touch this thing. I want to, but I'm not going to, so I mean, it's kind of stupid for me to keep it. Alright, this Narcissus palette. This one I did like. Packaging's a lot better than the originals. I grab for this occasionally. If I stop using it, I'll get rid of it next time. But this formula is a lot better than that other palette. So this one I was slightly more impressed with. This is a newer one. It's not one of the newer ones, but it's newer than the last one. So this is one of my first Bobbi Brown palettes. I am totally keeping this because I am just a nerd for this kind of stuff. It's the Grayish palette. But yeah, these colors are freaking wonderful. I love it, so I'm keeping it. Alright, I don't know how I feel about these. These are the Shade and Light. I think I got them because they were trending. I don't know. I think I'm going to keep them for a little longer because I still grab them occasionally, but to be honest, I don't think I'm going to use them much. I was almost going to get the Smoke, and then I changed my mind because I don't really grab for these a lot. But I have Rust, Plum, and I have Sage. I'm definitely keeping the green. I love colors like this, so Sage is keeping, yes. The collector part of me wants to keep these just because they go with the other one. I think I'm going to get rid of the Rust. I know this is like the big one, but I actually have a few colors like this already. I have the NARS Persia Shadow, whatever. So Rust, I'm going to get rid of. I think I'm going to keep Plum. Yeah, I think I like Plum. Alright, this is the Naked Basics 2. I don't grab it a lot, but it's a good travel palette. I think I'm going to pass this one on because I thought I was going to use it and I just don't. So, I mean, there's no point for me to keep it. So I think this one's going to go. This is the Mag Simpsons. I'm keeping this one. I love the Simpsons. I love green. So every once in a while I grab for it. They're very bright and vivid. But yeah, these were good ones. So keeping that one. Yeah. Okay, next I have some Lime Crime palettes. These are super old. I may or may not keep these just for, I don't know, because you can't get them anymore. But I have the Alchemy, which is beautiful. So I'm keeping that one. I have the Aquatana, whatever. I've got the Palette d'Antoinette. Yeah, Palette d'Antoinette, which are pastels, which are much better than the Sigma. And the China Doll, which was kind of a controversy. I have not been purchasing from Lime Crime again, and I'm basically just running through what I have, but I do have a lot. But I think I'm going to go ahead and keep these because they're kind of unique, and I don't really use them a whole lot anymore, but some of these colors are really amazing, so I'm going to go ahead and keep these things. But I do not support this brand anymore. In here I have an Inglot palette I built myself. I don't ever touch these, I'm not going to lie. I never go for these. These two NYX ones are actually pretty decent, but I have some stuff from Makeup Geek that I like better, so I think I might see if Hannah wants these. If not, I might just give them away to somebody. I don't really want to charge anybody for something like this because it was custom, so. I have the Gwen Stefani palette, which I actually do like, so I'm going to keep that one. And most of this is Urban Decay. Most of it. I've got the Great and Powerful Oz. This one's the Theodora. Oh, this one was pretty much wrecked. One of them was broken when I got it, and Urban Decay was nice enough to send me a new palette. I really just wanted the shadow replaced, but they replaced the whole thing, which was so nice of them. They've got the best customer service. But yeah, anyway, this one's been loved quite a bit. And this was the newer one, which was still really loved. So this one was the shadow that broke in the other one. The pan was not glued down to this piece, the plastic piece, so it fell out. I mean, it happens. It's just a manufacturer thing. You can't really do anything about it, but this palette is beautiful, so I am going to keep this one. I wish I would use it more. I feel like just because you can't get it anymore, I don't touch it as much, so I'm definitely keeping this one though. This was the other one. This was the Oz, the Glinda palette, which is gorgeous. These shadows are pretty. I don't reach for this kind of thing very often, but occasionally I do like some of these colors. So, I mean, I'm probably going to keep it. These are really good duochromes as well. So Hannah likes to use this one, so if I ever decide to get rid of it, I'll probably just give it to her. I was really disappointed in Urban Decay because I kept putting gold and silver in everything. I do like how it makes sense in this palette, but I got sick of seeing gold and silver in everything, which the next few palettes you'll probably see it too. But this one I'm keeping. It is gorgeous. So we're getting back to old school Urban Decay. This one is the Shattered Face Case. I got both. This has got the darker highlighter in it. Maybe now that I'm a little bit more tan, I might be able to use it, but I don't know. I really do like this blush. I don't get to use this very often. I put the names in there because I was tired of wondering what they were. I don't really use this a whole lot, but I do want to keep it because it's so pretty. I'm like on the fence if I want to depot these, but the cases are just so pretty. So I think I'm gonna get rid of this one. I want so much to love it, but I don't use it. Like, this is the only thing I'll use out of here, and there's no point in keeping it for one blush. So I think I'm gonna see about passing this one on. Ooh, that hurt, getting rid of Urban Decays. This is the Anarchy face case. I think I liked this one better. No, I only ever used like this one and this one. I used the shit out of Frey. That was a good shadow. They need to bring that back. And then the highlighter I used like crazy. This was like my first experience with highlighters, so that one I used a lot, and the blushes are gorgeous. I honestly don't even know if they're worth giving to somebody else because they're so used. I mean, I might as well see if somebody else wants them. But yeah, they were great for traveling though, because you just pick one and run, you're good. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get rid of those two as well. All right, we got a couple of Stila. Eyes Are the Window Shadow palette. This one's Mind. Yeah, this is the matte one. I like this one a lot. I don't grab it a whole lot anymore, but occasionally I do love this for travel, and to be honest, I do need to pick this up a little more often. But it's a great palette. I like it. This one's also from Stila. This is the Spirit one, which is more shimmer. I don't use this a whole lot, but it's great to take on jobs for a little bit of shimmer. So I think I'm gonna hang on to it a little more, and if I don't use it next time, I'm definitely getting rid of it. This is the Pulp Fiction palette. I'm keeping this. It was one of my favorites. It's great. I don't know. I love these. I know it doesn't have a lot in it, but I loved this palette, so I'm keeping this one, and I like Pulp Fiction, so yeah. I don't remember if I bought this one or if somebody gave this to me as a gift. I think Hannah might have given it to me. I don't use it. It's just not my flavor of shadows, so I think I'm gonna pass this one on, which I really don't want to because it's really cute, but I don't think I'm gonna use it at all, so no point. Yeah, it's too bad. It smells awesome too. It smells really good. This is the MAC Kelly Osbourne. I'm keeping this one. This is actually my second one. I bought this one because I depotted my other one, but I liked the packaging and the setup so much and the shadows themselves that I wanted another. So this is actually my backup. So I am not getting rid of this. It's too pretty. I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting rid of a lot. Makes me a little uneasy. Gloss over. Got rid of the peanut butter jelly. The Urban Decay face cases. Naked Basics 2. The Shade and Light Eye Quad in Rust. The Ladybird palette. The Beautifully Disney Midnight Hour. Sad and Disappointing Sigma Creme de Couture. 2 Marc Jacobs palettes. I think one was Enigma. Yeah, Enigma and the Tease. Inglot palette. The Narcissist. And the Peppermint Mocha by Too Faced. Alright, this is my third drawer. I have a lot of makeup. That's why I'm purging most of it. So let's do the last one. These are my most used. Like, this drawer is probably the most used because it's closer to me. I've got some MAC shadows from the Fairy Collection and some Cosette shadows in here. I'm keeping those. This is my Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, basically. There's like 4 different palettes in here that I depotted because I got tired of reaching for the individuals. And then I've got some individual shades. Actually, I think there's 5 palettes in here. I don't even know. Anyway, I do like these and reach from occasionally. They've got some really good warm tones and stuff in here, so there's that one. Okay, these are some Makeup Geek shadows, and then a couple of NARS, the Persian one, which I keep telling you about, like the was pointless to keep the rust quad because it's pretty much the same thing. I do like these. They're great pan size and everything. I love the khaki color, so I'm keeping these, of course. These are all my Viseart palettes. I love these, and I take them on jobs, so these are all staying because it's nice to be able to grab a small handful of palettes and you've got everything you need, so. But these are great quality. I mean, they're very, very expensive too, so don't get me wrong, but they're great to have, and I haven't hit pan on anything, and I use them a lot, so. Yep, these are staying. I've got the neutral matte, I have the editorial, I have the cool matte, and I have the dark mattes. So those are all some of my good ones. I've got 5 of the melts, which I think that's all of them right now. I've got dark matter, gunmetal, lovesick. That was the rust stack. And then the radioactive stack. So these are all neons. And then the others are all kind of neutrals and rust and whatever. Yeah, so I'm keeping these. I love Melt. I've been buying from them for a long time. I support that company very much. Keeping those. This is the Sugar Pull Edward Scissorhands. This was the first time they started doing neutrals, and I got really, really excited about this one. Just these two alone. So this palette is a keeper. I love it. I need to touch it more because it's beautiful. I have the Self-Made Anastasia palette, which I think was a gift. I don't reach for this a whole lot, but I love Anastasia shadows. There's probably a couple of colors in here I'll use every once in a while, and they're very pretty, so I might get a bigger palette and depot these too. But I do like the packaging, so I might keep it just a little bit longer since it was a gift before I wreck it. But I try to do more of space saving if I can, so we'll see. This is the Lorac Pro. I want to love it. I don't touch it. I've got the Pro Mega, so I think I'm going to go ahead and part with this one. These shades right here are really great, but I mean, that's literally all I use out of here, so I think this is going to go by. The Modern Renaissance. I want another one. I keep going through the Golden Ochre. Please tell me that this one is available in a single because I want to buy 20 of them. It's beautiful. It's flattering. I love it. I've wrecked this palette already. It's really powdery. Keeping this one. Yes. This is the Sauce Box one that I love so much. I wrecked this one. I bought a new one for my kit. This one's my personal until, yeah, I need another one. I really hope I can get that shadow by itself. But I use this all the time. This is a great go-to palette, and I love it. So, Sauce Box Etude. And then I have the Sauce Box for Battle Ash. These are actually good warm versions with a couple of shimmers. I love this palette too. Definitely keeping that one. I have the Jeffree Star Beauty Killer palette. I don't know how I feel about these. I want to love them, but I found them a little hard to work with. They were just a little bit dry. I might give it another chance because there are some really pretty colors in here, but there's a lot of stuff that I will not use, so we'll just see. I'm going to keep it just a little longer because it's still kind of new to me, but I might give it a whirl this next week and try to like play with it a little more. These are my 2 custom palettes from Sugar Pill. I was so glad they came out with the Pro palettes, like so that we could get our own in here, but I have like a ton. I depotted my smaller palettes because they just took up so much room, so I have a little bit room for more. But yeah, I love these. Keeping these. These are the most pigmented shadows I've ever worked with. Oh god, I just love them, so yeah, keeping those for sure. This is the Metal Matte palette. I don't know how I feel about this one. It's still new, so I don't want to get rid of it yet. But to be honest, I don't really use this. I like the green. These colors here. This palette doesn't flow well. I don't know why. It was a neat idea, but it just doesn't, just the colors don't flow well together, I guess. I don't know. It's set up really strange. I think I'm going to keep it just for a little longer, see if I use it, and if not, I'm going to get rid of it because it's sad because they're decent quality. It's just, I don't like the setup, and if I don't grab it, there's no point. And I don't want to depot something that's beautiful, so we'll see. These are my MAC palettes. I bought all these individually. There's a lot of stuff in here that doesn't exist anymore, so I'm keeping these. I've got some stuff from some older collections, like the Artificially Wild collection was one of my favorite. So I'm definitely keeping these, but I've got them all arranged by kind of like color code. And then I've got them all labeled on the back. here we have a couple of Kat Von D palettes. We're going to start with the Shade and Light. I do love this palette. I didn't think I was going to because it's all matte and neutrals, but I actually really love it. But this is just a really great palette. You can see it's well loved. It's a mess. This one was a great one. I recommend buying 2. This is the Chrysalis palette. To be honest, I don't use this a lot, but the shadows are pretty awesome. I feel like if I'm going for a dark look, I'd grab for it, maybe. I think I'm going to keep it just because it's beautiful and I really do need to use it more. These were great quality. And this one's the Monarch. It's very pretty too. This one made a great liner color, by the way. That's why it's all scratched up. But these are just all around great palettes right here. I just wish I'd use them more. I might get rid of them in the future, but for right now I want to keep them. They're just too gorgeous. Now I've got a couple of Too Faced palettes. I've got the Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette. I love the way these smell. I feel like there are more collector's items at this point though. I don't use this one, so I think I'm going to get rid of this one. I've got the original Sweet Peach palette, which apparently was ridiculous to get a hold of. The packaging is so cute, but is it worth it? I don't know. The shades in here are actually pretty good. For once, I actually like that they gave us another shadow instead of a big one, because nobody ever really goes through the, I don't really go through the big ones. But I like the green and stuff in here, so I'm going to keep this one a little longer. I need to try to use it a little more. I think I'm going to, I really am eyeing these, so. I've got the Chocolate Bonbons. I love this one. These are my kind of tones, the kind of muted gray tones, so I'm keeping this one for sure. And I do like these. I've got the original Chocolate Bar palette. I think this was the thick one, or did I get the thick one? No, I think it's the thick one. I don't know. It's before they put it on the thing, so I think it's the older one, yeah. It smells like awesome. I do use this occasionally. I'm going to keep this. I do like the shadows, so yeah. You know what? I do have a lot of shades like this, though. I'm going to keep it a little longer. We'll see. Okay, this one is brand new. This is the Naked Heat. I only got this because I had a $15 off coupon, because I have a lot of shadows like these. I don't know what I was thinking, but it actually is way more pretty in person, so I did like this palette. I'm glad I bought it. I do think it is worth full price. It's got a lot of mattes in here, a lot of good stuff to work with. I do wish it had a slightly deeper brown. It's got like this ashy dark purple, but it's not really like a, I don't know, it's not really dark enough for like a liner or something. I don't know. It's just not dark enough for me. But I do like this palette. It is great. I've got the Naked 3, which is the rose tone. I don't pull this out a lot, but it is pretty when I do. So I am going to hang on to this one. It was a good one. I've got the 2, which is my personal favorite because I like cool tones on my skin tone. I only ever really used 2 shades out of it though. I really liked Verve and Tease. And I've hit pan a little bit, but I'm going to keep this one. This one was one of my top favorites, so that's a keeper. And then I've got the Naked Smoky, which this palette was kind of disappointing, really. I didn't think the mattes were that great. They were kind of hard to work with. And I don't wear a lot of shimmer or satin, so I really don't touch these a lot. I'm going to keep it because it is great for a smoky eye. But like I said, these need to be better to work with, especially for a smoky eye, because that's one of the hardest things to pull off nice and smooth, so. Because the colors are always dark. But I mean, I do like this palette. I'm going to keep it a little longer, but I may pass this off later. It's really gorgeous, and it's unfortunate that it wasn't that great of a palette. And then I've got the Naked 1, which is the warm tones. I do like this. I'm going to keep it. I only use a couple shades every once in a while, but it's got some good ones in there. Ta-da. These look much better now. I still have quite a bit, but I have way less than I started, so that's good. Just to recap, I'm getting rid of the Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar and the Loac Pro. That was my most used palette drawer though, so I probably wouldn't get rid of a lot of this stuff. I ended up getting rid of a lot. The drawers feel a little nicer and like cleaner, I guess, more organized. Gonna show the pile and then that'll be it. Hope it was slightly entertaining. Bye. So these are the palettes I'm getting rid of. I think I did a pretty good job. It looks like a pretty decent amount of palettes. There's quite a bit in here. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself for this, so that's what I got. Thanks for watching.